I'd like to welcome you to the first of hopefully many Galvanized by Google videos, hopefully explaining what life in Google Apps for Education can mean for you and your students. In this video today we're going to introduce you to how to get into your Unit 4 Google account, how to locate Google Drive and some of its basic features, how to download and upload to the drive, as well as download the Google Drive app to your computer so that you can have a synced folder space on your computer. The first step is to getting into your Google account is actually activating your Google account. If you have not done so already, you need to follow the instructions laid out for you here. I won't do this in this video, but this kind of gives you an overview of what those steps look like in terms of resetting your password. To get things started, you'll want to open up a Chrome browser window, and I do recommend using Chrome browser over Internet Explorer or Firefox to get full functionality of your Google Apps for Education account. And just start by going to google.com. When you arrive to in the upper right hand corner, there's a blue button that says sign in. We're going to click that sign in button, and you can see that I have other accounts that have signed in before, but I'm going to show you what it looks like for you. You'll type in your first 6 of your last, first 2 of your first, and then the new part about this is the u4sd.org, and then your password, and click sign in. And so now, once you've signed in, now anytime you're on a Google page, your account will kind of follow you with you during this browser session. We're going to focus today on using Google Drive. At this point, probably the easiest way to get into Google Drive is to locate this Apps button that's located right next to your username. When you click on it, depending on the layout, somewhere you'll find a little triangle icon labeled Drive, and this is how you can get into Google Drive. I went ahead and opened up my Drive into a clean folder so it looks a little bit more like what a new user's folder would look like when they come into Google Drive for the first time. And just to kind of tour around at some of the features found within Google Drive, it behaves a lot like files and folders do on a Mac or PC environment. So, for instance, if I go to one of my folders over here and I click on it, you'll see that in this case it's viewed in a list, and you can kind of see some basic information about what it's called, who owns it, and when it was last updated. You can toggle between this view and maybe a view that's a little easier to utilize, which is this grid view. For certain documents, this will actually even give you a preview of the documents as you in this version, so it can be kind of easier to pick between them to see what they have located on them. One of the goals of this video is to show you how to both upload files to Google Drive and then also download them. So we're going to start with the upload feature. Right next to the create button over here on the left hand side is a little arrow. This is the upload button. You get to choose in Google Chrome files or folders as your method of uploading. If you are doing this in another browser, you can only do files. So clearly the folder would let you upload multiple files at once, but I'm going to go to the files, and then I can pick for instance my report card, something I was working on. It uploads it, and then ideally it gives me a little preview so I can see not only the name of it, but it's also the document that I thought it was going to be. If I want to see a more detailed preview, I can click on it, and it brings up, again, this is a quick preview, nothing I can work with, but just lets me see the document a little bit more closely really quickly before maybe I decide to download it or work with it in some other way. So that's how you upload a file to Google Drive, and then downloading it is also fairly simple. There's a number of different ways you can do it. I can click on this, and I can go down to this More menu, and I can choose to download it if I would like, or I can click on it and go down over here to this arrow in the bottom, and I could download it here. So I'm going to actually choose to download it from this More option and click on Download, and it will download that file to my downloads on my computer. And again, remember that will be the default place that Google Chrome has set up for it. That would be different in Internet Explorer. It may ask you options about where you'd like to save it in the download process. The last topic I would like to cover in this short video is how to actually install the Google Drive app to your desktop or to your PC or Mac so that you have a synced folder location on your computer. So the way to do that is you can click on this link that's always active, or once you are first into Google Drive, there's actually an advertisement that kind of tells you a little bit more about what this will do. But clicking down here underneath all these links, there's this connected drive to your desktop. This downloads an application to install Google Drive locally, which means it's installed on your computer and you interact with it just like you would any other file folder. If you click and run the application, it will go through a series of steps in which it will install the application and then ask you to log in again with your U4SD account to set it up locally on your computer. And then once you do that, you will have a number of different options to access it, including from the Windows Start menu. Yours may be Google Drive on its own. There's also be a shortcut on your desktop, and there's also something in your system tray, which is not going to show up in this video, which will indicate what not only how to get to Google Drive, but also the syncing status. I want to show you now real quickly what that Google Drive then looks like on your machine. If you go to your desktop and click on the Google Drive icon, or go to the Windows Start button and do the same, it will take you right to this spot, but I'm going into it as if I clicked on my computer, and I want to show you that. So under my login there is a folder called Google Drive, and the benefit to this is that I can open up files right here and work with them, or drag and drop them from my computer or from a flash drive and put them in here without going through that upload and download steps that we did earlier. And anything I work with here and save will be synced by Google. So for instance, if I go into this sample folder and I delete this one I uploaded just a little bit ago, if I go back out here to sample, you can see how it went through a cycle of those little wheels spinning around and then finally went back to a check. That was the process of Google Drive updating that folder up to the cloud. And so now if I were to go home away from this computer and open it up on another computer, that would have taken care of that. So this process of downloading Google Drive, I would recommend highly for replacing use of flash drives, to do that on a school computer and then at a another laptop or something you have at home. That way you can have a common synced set of files you can access anywhere, anytime. Well, I hope in this video you're able to see how to get into your Google account from Unit 4, how you're able to locate Google Drive and some of its features, how you're able to download and then upload things to Google Drive, and lastly how downloading the Google Drive app to your computer has benefits for keeping all of your files synced and accurate. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.